Hello, this is John Wayne Mercure, the Sonneteer from beautiful Chandler, Arizona. It's wonderful here. You should try it. You'd like it. No snow ever. I haven't seen snow in 21 years. I want to take this opportunity again to thank YouTube inventors Yawid Karim, Steve Chen, and Chad Hurley, geniuses, for this opportunity. It's wonderful to have my own video on cyberspace. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. How often do they get thanked? They don't. That's a sin. I want to read you this. I didn't write it, so I got to give him credit. Hugh Price Hughes. It's been in my Bible for 25 years. You cannot help being a politician. You cannot live for 1 hour without being a politician. What a man generally means when he says he is not a politician is this: that he has all his life been enjoying his political privileges and grossly neglecting his political duties. And in that sense, his observation is scarcely to his credit. As a matter of fact, politics properly understood is simply the science of life, the doctrine of the way in which I am to do my duty to my neighbor, which is essential to any part of any true religion. It is nothing in the world except religion applied to human society. In fact, it is the practical application and recognition of the second table of the law of God. Love thy neighbor as thou lovest thyself. That's true. And I'll tell you something, I'm going to admit this to the world. I'm not just a Republican, I'm a radical Republican. Just like Grant and Sherman and Sheridan and Lincoln. Hey, the Republicans freed the slaves. The Democrats had the slaves. They started the Ku Klux Klan, and they've lost their way. This sonnet, I wrote it March the 8th, 2017. It's sonnet number 1110. I've got 1,129 sonnets. How many do you have? I hope you're listening. The Democrats have lost their way, and I'm going to show you just how. The name of this sonnet: how can anyone of color be an obtuse, enslaved Democrat? They had the slaves, the disloyal opposition Democrats. Just like what lunatic Saul O, a devil worshiper, wrote in his Insane Rules. Lust for power at any cost, even on a pile of burning ashes. Win at any cost. A shame to his people, Saul O, a vicious, selfish, pseudo-revolutionary, blaming the whole world because his life was an abject failure. He majored in archaeology in college, and then he was angry because there were no jobs for archaeologists. He knew that going in, but it's the whole world's fault because he screwed up. Angry, bitter man, a worshiper of Satan. He dedicated his life to Satan. Democrats started the Civil War, murdering 666,000 people. They've never made any reparations for murdering 666,000 people. Rats. Look at the name Democrat, the last 4 letters, rats. Scurrying around, doing anything to gain power. Obsessed by slavery's evil. In the Confederate Constitution, it said to begin with, if you can't accept slavery, you can't be part of the Confederacy. They worship slavery. Free labor. Free everything. Seeking to enslave the Democrats, seeking to enslave all America's people by confiscatory taxation, meaning to entrench socialist, communist, Marxist revolution. Didn't work in Russia. It's not going to work here. Alinsky wanted to rule in hell. He'd rather be in hell than serve in heaven. He said that. He openly said he wanted to go to hell, to be the devil's man, to rule in hell. What makes him think Satan's going to let him rule in hell? He's in hell now. He's dead. He totally wimped out. I saw him in an interview with William F. Buckley. William F. Buckley was a genius. He'd tear anybody to shreds. And I saw Saul O fleeing like the snake he was, dancing like a coward he was. Now he roasts in hell, wanting idiots to join him in hell. How any intellectual can follow such a demon is beyond me. Hillary Clinton's, now their name isn't Clinton, it's Blythe. So I changed it. I took the first N out, Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's mentor in Wellesley was satanic Saul O, a devil worshiper. She is a Satan worshiper. Just look into her demonic eyes. Thank God she didn't win the presidency. Thank God. Osama Obama also was a worshiper of Saul Alinsky's insanity in Chicago. Raw hubris of a radical socialist, communist, Marxist demon. Community organizer of an Alinsky army of chaotic deviltry, the Acorn Organization. Bluntly espousing income redistribution. What does that mean? Everybody gets paid the same? Communism, Marxism. When I first heard that, and Obama was apologizing to the world for America, I couldn't stand it. I can't stand it now. Marxist revolution is what they want. Alinsky tactics. That's what they're doing. The Democrats interrupt everything. They have nothing to offer except making everybody communist and socialist and everybody the same. Shout all people down. Agree on nothing. Foment chaos. Shut down all free speech. That's what they're doing on universities. Making sure nobody can talk. Demonstrate. Riot. Make trouble. Always resort to violence. They offer nothing but violence. Make peaceful discourse impossible. Make lists for revenge. I'll be on their lists. So what? It's about time people rise up and say, hey, the Republicans freed the slaves. The Republicans stand for low taxes, strong military, and paying people for their talents. It's called capitalism. Do you get it? The Democrats, they want to tap cell phones and telephones. They want to monitor all computer emails. They capitalize on internet surveillance of everybody. Democrats from hell. Doing everything they can to destroy President Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a capitalist. He knows how to run business. He's made billions in business. He's going to help our country. What is this now? We can't repeal Obamacare, which has failed everybody. They're going to vote on repealing it, and the Republicans won't? What? You got to do something about it. People are suffering. You got to vote to have a new health care plan that will work for everybody instead of taking everybody's policy away from them and not letting them have their own doctor and increasing premiums. What's going on? Huh? It was a big lie from the beginning. They want socialized medicine, one payer, so that the government controls everything. That's what the Democrats want. Democrats from hell. They deny that they championed slavery. They deny they started the Ku Klux Klan devils. Democrats have adopted satanic, disloyal opposition tactics. Demonic brats, obsessed with Marxism. Communists so sick. The communists in the 20th century kill more people than even the Nazis. It's not going to work here. Income redistribution for people that hasn't earned it. You have to earn it by refining your talents, and you will be paid for your talents. That's just the way capitalism works. People want socialism. They're stupid. Loyal opposition is essential, not Democrat Saul O lunatics. Disloyal Democrats, they had the slaves. They were proud of it. They're the ones that started the Civil War. What's wrong with you out there? How can anybody of color be a Democrat? I don't get it. You believe their lies? Republicans freed the slaves. If you forget that, there's something wrong with your head. They bled. Think of that. 666,000 Americans murdered to free the slaves. And people forget. Well, I'm not forgetting, and you shouldn't either. And I don't know who taught you history. Somebody told you the wrong thing. And what I'm telling you is, you got to remember, all right? The Republicans freed the slaves, period. This sonnet is number 808. Socialism, people don't even know what it is. Equality at the point of a gun. Everybody's the same. Nobody's the same. We all have different talents. We should be paid for our talents. That's called capitalism. Forget individual differences. Force everyone to be the same. Ridiculous. Let talent be milked and taxed so equality is everybody's shame. The shame of sameness, blending into nothingness. The faceless masses, like in 1984, the book by George Orwell, a great book. In the name of anonymity, no one is allowed to claim uniqueness. Force everyone to share everything. Hold back absolutely nothing. Enforce equality at the point of many guns. Progress is choking. Enslave the population. Assign work to the citizenry arbitrarily. The graves of nameless ciphers. Everybody's the same. Human flesh is exploited ruthlessly. Politicians, that's what they want, seen as gods. The whole area around Washington, D.C. is like Versailles. The lobbyists have built mansions. Why? They don't want the swamp drained. Don't you get it? The politicians in Washington don't want the swamp drained, and the media is in on it. Wake up out there, for the love of God. Politicians seen as gods, come on, get over it. Deciding every little secular dilemma. Trillions are seized. It used to be billions confiscated. Now it's trillions. In the last 8 years, the Democrats have spent $10 trillion. Where is it? Things aren't better, they're worse. Where's that money? Where's the audit? Audits juggled, books cooked, ledgers manipulated, evil bylaws, culprits in power, living as kings and queens, Wizards of Oz, behind curtains, making sure the lazy and ignorant get an equal share of everything, creating a communist state of stagnation. Everybody quits. Marxists run banking, seizing control of the banks on Wall Street, printing money crazily, just print it out there. Even if it's worth nothing, you can haul money in a wheelbarrow like they did in Germany after World War I. And when the Great Depression hit, you couldn't buy a loaf of bread. That's what they're doing here. Controlling the auto companies, creating monster bureaucracies, scoundrel politicians, smiting like snakes, like cobras, feathering their own nests. Culprit bureaucrats, look at the last 4 letters, rats, producing nothing, tax-sucking pests. Check any large city telephone book. The government payroll is huge, breaking the backs of taxpayers. A government vampire's deluge. People quitting school, demanding an equal unearned share. People without education, no skills, our nation in despair. Admitted communists advising Osama Obama. Marxist acorn trash, Saul Alinsky's Acorn Organization. Committed to Saul Alinsky socialism. Soviets of the past. What does that mean to you? The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Russia, it didn't work there. It's not going to work here. I want to be friends with Russia. I want to be friends with China. China has 1.3 billion people. Do you understand? They could field an army of 100 million. Do you understand that? We got to get along with them. And he can't talk to Putin. Why? That's his job. That's the media again. A bunch of snakes. Snakes for hire. An equal share for smirkers, malingers, drones, and parasites. Evil Soviet communists rising up again. Dark socialist night. Where are the honest audits? Where is that money? Where have all those trillions gone? $10 trillion. We're $19 trillion in debt. We can't do that. Donald Trump will fix it. Why is everybody against him? Because they don't want the swamp drained. They like it the way it is. They like the payoffs and the graft and all the bribes. They like it. They love it. Scary socialists stealing all the money, eating human bones. Our American Republic is in danger from evil communist monsters. The hour of tea parties, yes. Open voter rebellions. Averting disaster. Power to the voter. Power to the Fox media. They're the only ones you can trust. And you say, oh, the other ones are telling us the truth. No, they're not. They're paid to lie. That's their job. They'll get in front of the camera and say anything. God bless our Constitution and our Bill of Rights forever. You ought to take the time to read it. It should be the Constitution for the entire world. I wrote this sonnet September the 16th, 2009. Gee, long time ago. It's more true now than it ever was. And I want you to understand, I don't know why they're against Trump. Why? Because they don't want the swamp drained. They like it the way it is. And everybody's against him. The media, they're a bunch of snakes. You can't trust any of them. You can't. God bless America. This sonnet, number 884. Craven cowards in public office. Says in the scriptures, we don't fight against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against